Hey guys, Jason Keyz here. And for those that know me, know that I love food and I love tech. And today I'm going to show you something that bridges those two together and fills my tummy. Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the Tovala Smart Oven, and this has got to be one of my favorite kitchen gadgets. Now the reason I can say so is this is actually my second Tovala oven. We're going to be unboxing it today. I'd never had the chance to capture the unboxing of the first one, but I've been using it for the last 4 or 5 months, including the meal delivery service, and I just love it. I'm not being paid to put this together. Tovala did not send me this oven, nor did they send me free meals every week, but if you're listening, I like food and I like Tovala meals, so send me some food.
I want a feast.
So yeah, let's unbox it. So this was delivered and it comes in a box that says Tovala on it, and be careful kids if you're playing with knives or matches or guns or things like that. Sounds good, very good. And here we go. Put that away for safety. And let's go here. Let's open this guy up. So it's pretty massive. This is the awkward part where we like cut away as we take this out, but no. So all right, so we've got the oven out of the box. It may be upside down. Yes, it is. So let's flip it over in a second. Let's just set aside the accessories real quick. Oh, that's pretty. I love it. I forgot how mine looked brand new. So, got some plastic in here on this guy. Let's take that apart real fast. Different accessories that come with it. Here we go. The drip tray. This is silica gel. Do not eat it. It's kind of tasty, but still don't eat it. And this is the drip tray, so that goes right at the very bottom. And make sure you always keep this in your oven to prevent like stuff from piling up. This tray actually gets inserted in the bottom up front. That's kind of like the tray that catches extra like runoff from the steam, I believe. And then you get the full accessory kit, which includes the rack that goes inside there, the steam tray insert, which we'll actually look at. We'll look at all of this and how this kind of assembles together. So this is everything that comes with the oven. All right, so here we have the accessories that come with it. This is a steam tray cover. So there's a little reservoir in the back of the oven where the steam water flows in. You actually add water through here, right here, and it flows into that, and that's where it generates the steam, which makes this not just a toaster oven, not just a tool, a one-trick pony, but something that you can actually steam vegetables. And a lot of the Tovala recipes utilize steam to cook the different entrees, such as the salmons, which are my favorite entrees. So this one is a little tricky to insert. You got to get this in the back and make sure that both of these ends of the steam cover kind of latch on and cover that tray. So I'm gonna reach around over here and get that really in there, snap in there, and you'll hear it click. Good. Over here we have little accessories, the quick start guide, and some cool recipes, which actually, let's take a look at that real fast since we're here. There's your quick start guide, which will come in handy. And there we go. Welcome from David, the co-founder of Tovala. Little reheating guide if you're reheating things like pizza, pasta, kind of what number of minutes and time to go for it. And then some cool recipes actually, like two eggs over medium on avocado toast for all you millennials out there. Avocado toast is for millennials.
Yummy.
Roasted broccoli, favorite. Really good stuff. So you actually can hold these menu cards underneath the scanner, and that will enable that recipe to be, which is pre-programmed into the oven to start. So keep these if you want to. If not, the app actually has all those recipes and everything in it, so you really don't need to keep those paper cards. The user manual, which I never read because you really don't need to, and the full manual that probably has a million things answered, which again, you really don't need to. It's very easy to set this guy up. A little oven mitt, which is kind of cool. Hello. All right, and then of course the standard rack which you'll usually want to position on the lowest level. That's where I've found it to be most useful. But again, it depends on what you're cooking. So you can have it in the center there, and you can have it, again, on various different levels. It can go as low as that, and then of course there's like a ultra high level over there that you usually won't have it on. And then the tray. Anytime I cook in this, personally, I always put down a piece of foil. If you're using or making the Tovala meals that get delivered, the ones that come in like little metal trays, you don't need this. They just sit right on the rack. But this is good for warming stuff up or baking or frying or anything. So there we go. And that is the oven. So that was a quick unboxing. Of course, oh yes, it comes with this little measuring cup. I think this comes in the deluxe package or maybe with all of them. I'm not sure, but it's 8 ounces. So anytime the oven indicates on the screen that it says add water, when it's low on water, just flip up this little cover here and pour exactly 8 ounces of water into that spout, and it will direct it to that steam tray. So that will be helpful for any recipes that have steam on it. All right, well, there you have it. That was the simple unboxing of everything that you get in the Tovala Smart Oven when it gets shipped to you. Of course, we're gonna plug this bad boy in and walk you through some of the features. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna walk you through how to set up the Tovala oven on your home Wi-Fi network once you have it out of the box, which we do right here. So first, you're gonna plug it in. Make sure it's a 3-prong outlet because you need that GFCI or that grounding on this over here. And we're going to wait for it to start up. It should be starting up right now. You're gonna see the little T logo come in there. It's gonna ask you to add water, so we might just do that. And then you're gonna see a little Wi-Fi indicator on the second circle here, and it's gonna have a little exclamation mark on it indicating that it's not paired on the Wi-Fi. So again, as I mentioned, this is my second oven, so I'm actually, for the purposes of this, gonna delete the first one. I don't think you're allowed to have 2 on the same app, but maybe that's something that's coming because this is gonna be set up in the office and then the other one's gonna be here at home. So let's go and hit Setup Oven and connect Tovala. It's super simple. For those that are watching this anytime in 2020, we're really on the Gen 2 oven. It gives you an option on the screen for a Gen 1 oven, and that's not what's currently being shipped. Again, if you're watching this many years from now, perhaps we're at Gen 3, Gen 4, iPhone 12, who knows, new things, but this is valid for the Gen 2 Tovala. Click on that, and then you literally have to click the button that says connect to oven. It's so simple. It says plug in your oven, and again, it says it's recommended to a GFCI outlet. That's a grounded outlet, and hit confirm. It's going to display a oven identifier on the screen as you're seeing, as well as that same number is going to show up here on the lowest little circle, and those numbers match up. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Wi-Fi network. You're going to pick the one that's at your house. I'm going to pick the one that's at mine, and I'm going to go ahead and give the oven a name. I'm going to go ahead and call it Keyz Home Tovala 2, since it's the second oven, and enter your Wi-Fi password, which is really simple. And if you don't have it memorized, this is where you're going to stop and go find that Post-it note that you have buried in your kitchen drawer.
Oh my God!
And you're gonna see these little green check marks that you're seeing on the screen right now because we're sharing the video from my iPhone, and they're just gonna one by one turn green. It's really simple. It's really the most simplest thing on the planet. And here we go. The oven's gonna beep a couple times, as you may have just heard. And there we go. It's gonna update the oven software. So depending on how long this was on the shelf before it shipped to you, it may not have the current software on it, so it's going to quickly do that by itself. And literally the final green check mark that you're going to see on your screen, it's going to say ready to cook, and you hit the button that says start cooking, and voila, you are ready to prepare your first meal. All right, guys, so we walked through the unboxing of the oven. We have walked through some of the initial setup, as well as getting the oven paired on your home Wi-Fi network. So the final step, as the orange button indicated on the app, was to start cooking. So I figured may as well just actually prepare one of the Tovala meals that you get delivered, and I had these delivered just yesterday. And this is going to be the bulgogi tacos, or the bulgogi inspired beef tacos with cabbage ginger rice. Comes with the tortillas on the side, and everything else is in this neat little kit. So we will prepare that. But before we do that, I just wanted to walk you through some of the features and cool things that the Tovala oven does do. So it's not your typical toaster oven. It does a lot more. Of course, it toasts bread. In fact, when it toasts bread, it actually uses a combination cycle that heats the bread, but also activates the steam engine. So your toast is gonna come out almost like fresh baked bread versus, you know, like store-bought, and then you just dry it out by sticking it in a toaster. It's like, they say it's the best toast you'll ever have. You might notice a difference. I think it comes out a little different. So the features that you have on the front of the oven is basically there's a dedicated reheat button. There's a button that says steam, another one that says toast, which, like I said, it does toast it, but it also activates the steam engine. There's a button that says bake, and that's where you can set your temperatures. Like, you know, I believe the lowest temperature it goes down to is 225, and the highest, if I remember correctly, is 450. Am I right? And then the final one is broil, and broil is going to be useful when you're trying to, you know, melt something, like maybe the final steps on a dish, or if you just want to do some top-down heat, that's going to get really hot. On the broil setting, you're going to have two settings, which is low and high. Use them as needed. And yeah, that's really it. So you've got your features up here. You've got your temperature, or if it's toast, for example, you can do 1 to 5. I typically keep mine at 2, unless I'm going for something like really crispy. If I'm trying to get something that's going to be really, you know, well done, I'll increase that. And then, of course, the timer on the lower one where you can customize it. The start button is on the top of this lower one, and then the cancel button is basically the second half below it. So it's really simple to use. We're gonna open this one up here real quick, and there's two ways you can prepare a meal that you get out of this box. One is you can actually go to your shopping history, your order history, and find the date that it was delivered. Usually it's going to be that week that you're preparing it, because this is, you know, fresh food, so don't keep it too long. And you'll go and find it, and you'll hit cook meal right in the app. The other cool thing about that is you can actually log nutrition. So for those of you that are watching what you eat or keeping track of your diet or something, you can actually push the button right next to cook meal and log the nutrition, so it saves it in your app. So you can actually see how many calories you're consuming, how much protein, how many carbs, sugars, etc., like that, and keep track of it, which is definitely super neat. So these are the bulgogi inspired beef tacos with cabbage ginger rice. Just happens to be one of the meals that got delivered this week. It says enjoy by, and this one has a date of next Tuesday. So they definitely have some good shelf life as far as keeping them in the refrigerator. You know, they're gonna last quite a few days. The entrees that include fresh fish, you'll wanna consume those first. The ones that have beef, or the ones that are meatless, for example, probably last a little longer, but the date is printed right on the box, which is, again, super helpful. And then one of the cool things is all of the meals have on there is they have a time on it. So it basically shows you how much time it's gonna take. And Tovala likes to refer to this as Tovala time. Basically, it's time that they're giving back to you because you don't need to be slaving in front of the stove. So I especially love my Tovala meals during lunchtime, because that's when I'm like, I gotta get done. I gotta eat and get back to work, you know, because I've got lots of things going on. So 18 minutes basically of your life you get back by having this meal rather than slaving at the stove. And nothing against cooking your own meals. I definitely love to cook. So instructions are pretty simple in here. So they actually visually show you everything that's included. So we've got the tortillas, which come packaged on the side. Anytime you have tortillas, they're gonna be outside the box. You've got the beef, kimchi, and onion kind of mixture that's in there, the cabbage ginger rice, the bulgogi sauce, as well as lime pickled vegetables. And those are optional if you want to use them. So I'll set this menu card over here on the side. And actually, like I said, it says, relax. You've got 18 minutes of Tovala time. Here's your pickled vegetables. Here's your bulgogi sauce that comes in a little packet. This is just some cardboard, so we'll get that out of the way. Your cabbage ginger rice. And at the bottom is usually where the protein is, unless it's fish, which nowadays gets packaged separately because it comes vacuum sealed. So in this box, which we'll peel open in just a second, you will see the mixture of onions and seasoned meats and everything that basically is chef created in local kitchens and packaged and sent to you fresh. So there we go, set that aside. So you peel back the plastic on all of them and just pretty much discard it. There's the the rice with the cabbage. And literally just follow the instructions. It says prep, remove the plastic from both trays, gently shake bulgogi sauce and recombine and pour it over the beef, kimchi, and onion mix. And then you put both trays in the oven, scan it, and push start. And you're golden. So we're gonna go ahead and shake up that bulgogi sauce. Okay, so the simple steps for this recipe are to remove the package, remove the contents from the package, and remove the plastic from both trays, which we have already done. It says gently shake the bulgogi sauce to recombine it, and pour it over the beef and kimchi mix, which we're gonna do right now. Just carefully do that. Cut that open and pour it all over. Simple as that. Ta-da. I always like to keep the box handy that comes with it. Just literally just throw all the garbage either in it or on it, like so. This is a topping for later, the vegetables, so we'll set that over there. And you place them in the oven. So we'll take the tray out because it's not necessary. And we'll drop this guy in the oven. And you can actually cook 2 Tovala meals at the same time. I did not know this for the first few months I owned my first oven. And I would make one at a time, and if it was 2 or 3 of us eating, we'd have to wait our turn, which was kind of funny. So if it's 2 of you, if it's you plus somebody special, you'll find an enchantment sharing a Tovala meal, you can actually insert them in like so, and line them up one behind the other, and then do the same thing for the second meal, which we're not doing right now, but you get it, right? When you're preparing one, I just like to kind of just position them kind of in the center and close it up. And we're gonna just clear this out because we were messing with the settings earlier. You're gonna take the recipe card, and like I said, you can do this from the app, but the recipe card comes with this kind of 3D barcode, if you will, and you push the scan button, and you place, there you go. And it literally now knows what recipe this is and exactly the steps to follow, which is super awesome. And all you do is push start. It's gonna start counting down from 18 minutes down, in this case, for this recipe. It's down to 17 minutes and 55 seconds, and now we just wait. All right, I took an 18-minute nap, so that was awesome. Actually, no, I didn't. I always get stuff done when the Tovala meals are cooking. What's cool though is the app actually notifies you when it's done. So I went downstairs to my home office and got a couple things done. And literally the app gave me a notification and said, your meal is ready. Came back upstairs and here we go. So this one is a little unique again because it has the tortillas. So the instructions is immediately after it's done cooking, which it just finished, you remove the trays and you throw the tortillas in there and just capture some of that residual heat. You can do that. Sometimes I even just turn it onto steam mode. So let's go ahead and get the trays out. Now the oven does come with that little heat thing. I have this little silicone one, which I like, and I like to talk to and be like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. Talk to you. If you're missing a friend, these are really good. Whoa, okay, so watch out for the steam. You can pull the tray out a little bit, make it easier, and grab the little metal trays, and they are hot. Set them aside. Look at that, it looks awesome. Look at that, 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 look at that. Very good. Oh, and our tortillas. So just toss them in there because it's really hot, as you noticed. Quickly, don't waste time like I did, and capture some of that residual heat. Careful, careful. Here we go. And stick that back in there, close it up, and there you go. And let it sit there for like a minute or two. If you want to, you can actually just push steam and start and like keep the heat going, keep things flowing for a minute. And then yeah, get the tortilla out and you can start plating your meal. So in the meantime, let's work on this a little. I always like to take whatever I've made in the Tovala and just kind of toss it around. Just like anything, once you're done making it, you toss it around. If you have a baby at home, you toss it around. Just kidding, don't do that to your baby. Go to jail. So set that over there. And here we go. All the onions and the beef. Ready, ready, ready. Oh, that smells so good. I wasn't even hungry, but here I am. And get the onions ready. And yeah, there we go. So I think that's about done right now. Honestly, it doesn't need to be much. I'll go ahead and hit cancel because I don't want that to cook any further. And let's get the tortillas out of the oven. careful if you use your fingers. And there we go. And I'll keep the other two in there just for now. And let's go ahead and plate one. So get this over here. Mix it up again a little bit. Slap that on there. Ooh, that looks good. It's got some of that kimchi and the beef mixture. Just lay it out properly. Let's go ahead and sprinkle some of that onions on there. There we go. And let's give it a taste. Move over, Rachel Ray. Jason Keyz is in the house. That is really good. I really feel like HGTV right now, but
That is not correct.
that is good. Yeah, definitely one of my choices. So if you are watching this and you end up getting the oven, try this out. It's really good. Anyways, so we've walked through unboxing of the oven, setting up on your Wi-Fi, setting up the actual oven, plugging it in, and getting it all set up. And then actually we prepared a meal. I didn't plan on doing this, but I guess this is going to be an all-in-one video of how the Tovala oven works. And there you have it. If you have any questions, drop me a comment below. If you like the video, I have a ton of kitchen gadgets. One of the things I love to do is cook and eat and eat and cook and eat and eat and eat. Yeah. Did I say I love to eat? Anybody hear that? So I'll be making a ton of more videos in the kitchen here, usually reviewing cool things, cool gadgets, because if you're efficient in the kitchen, you're efficient in life, and you can get it done, you can bleep that out. Using cool tech in the kitchen is always fun, and especially when it comes with meal deliveries that delivers awesome food. Perfect combination. Honestly, my favorite device. I wish I had invented it, but I didn't. So here we go. Anyways, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, smash that button, do all those things that you're supposed to do, and I will see you on the next one.